have stuff for sale. We'll sign anything for free,
Right.
But we also have brought stuff as well for sale if you want.
Okay, I wanted to make sure before I go there, you guys didn't have anything.
Yeah, no, we have pictures, but we were selling the pictures, but we'll sign, if there's something you want us to sign, we'll sign that for free for you.
Yeah.
Is the building taking off?
I
What's
think
going
so.
on?
I think the aliens are landing.
What the hell?
Finally. You will not go into the night. We will stay and fight, for this is our Independence Day! Oh.
You know, I did some voice work. Actually, I did some voice work on the new Apes movie too. So
Yeah.
go check that out.
You and Lex, Melissa.
Yeah,
Melissa,
she saw her name in the
Richmond
credits.
Sisters
That's
saw.
awesome. Yeah, I saw that in
yesterday.
her post. That was awesome. So, and in the first one, if you guys saw the first one, the giant ape whose name was Buck, I did his voice. So that was kind of crazy. You know, the guy who attacks the helicopter and gets shot at the end, and it was very sad. But you reminded me of Independence Day because we did some voice stuff on that too, and it was very funny. There was a scene where Harvey Firestein's talking to his mom. He's going, "Ma, you got to get out of there." So they had everybody do Harvey Firestein's mom, but it was all guys. She's going, "Harvey, you got to." So all these guys are doing his mother, and it was hilarious. And unfortunately, they cut it out. But it was so funny. I thought, wow, that's so great because you could just hear it, just barely hear it with a phone filter. It would have been perfect, And then somebody sounds exactly like him, but it's his mother. I just thought it was hilarious.
Excellent.
Once again.
Any other questions? Yeah. Seriously, what is that? It's freaking me out.
I don't know. Are they having a rave next door? What?
Did you notice any major differences in directing styles between the two Japanese directors, Mamoru Oshii and Kenji Kamiya, between the TV series and the movies?
Yes. Yeah. For me, Oshii's a lot more cerebral, I think, and yeah, a lot more cerebral, a lot more psychological. And the other ones were more action oriented. They're all good, but it was a little different take on the characters,
For sure.
What the hell are they doing over there? What is it?
The chess match.
Oh, the chess match. I thought it started at 12.
Wow.
Yeah, that
I know.
sounds like Evangelion almost. Next room.
Sounds like the end of the world. Any other questions? Yes.
After that episode in Ghost Show where you learn about your past a little bit when you were a girl, did you ever learn to make an origami crane, or did you do the thing?
I've made an origami crane. Yeah, I have.
So I was like, I don't know.
In fact, Kevin Seymour, who directed Ghost in the Shell, directed us as voice actors, passed away recently. And we had a memorial for him. And there were paper cranes all over the room. It was really beautiful, and I didn't realize that until this moment, that that's what it's from, which really makes me kind of teary.
That's nice.
Yeah.
He was responsible for bringing a lot of anime to the United States before people even knew what anime was. So he kind of, he and like Carl Masak and people like him really kind of started this whole thing and were responsible for it, and helped us, create our careers. And he directed us in Ghost in the Shell and got me the part of Bato. So for that, I'll always be grateful to him for that.
Yeah, and me Motoko, because that really put me on the map as an actor, I think, in this industry. Was that role? This role. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
back.
Who was your favorite characters out of the entirety of Ghost in the Shell?
Oh, the major is always, she's
Bato.
the best, hands down.
Bato's the best.
Why would you even ask? I mean, actually the dog. I loved your dog.
Dog.
In Innocence.
That's actually
I love
the
your dog.
director's dog. That's
Is
Oshii's
it?
dog. Yeah, that's actually his dog.
I love him.
Well, you know what's cool about that is in the Ghost in the Shell universe, the machines are becoming more like human beings. The human beings are becoming more like machines, and the thing that's the most human is the dog.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird. So, it's the whole thing about Ghost in the Shell that I really love is it just kind of asks all of these really hard questions, like we're headed in this direction, and what do we want to do with this technology that we have? Everything's changing so fast, except for us.
Yeah.
You know, our technology is growing exponentially, and we're getting all these incredible things, but we are not changing that much, really. So
I don't think we're mature enough as a species to
maybe not.
be responsible with it. You know, I mean, it's we take the technology for granted because it's always been there, and it's all of a sudden it's just there. It's like, oh, here's the internet. Thanks, you know. Oh, okay. I now have every bit of. Could you imagine 50 years ago telling somebody there will be in 50 years you will have every access to everything on your computer, any question, any bit of information, all your banking, everything, and your whole life will be up in a cloud on the internet. You know. It's crazy.
GPS, how did we ever live without GPS? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's all pretty phenomenal. But, you know, there's some things that Ghost in the Shell gets into, and I think it's really thought-provoking, you know, how we're going to use this technology for, you know, what's the morality behind all this technology. So I think it's really interesting and fascinating stuff. Yeah.
It's the old Jurassic Park thing. It's just because you can clone these animals, does it mean that we should? You know, just because we've got all this technology, and you know, does it mean that we should be doing this? You know, what is the morality of it all?
So I should stop working on my sex slave clone that I'm making?
No, keep doing that. That's the good part.
Oh, okay, all right, I'll continue doing that.
Just don't tell.
Just don't tell anybody.
Don't tell my wife.
My wife.
Take my wife, please.
Take my wife, please. Any other questions, you guys? Yeah, front row.
I know you guys directed a lot of stuff, and since the question of do you watch your past works, is there any moment where you think I should have done this with my directing, or I should have done that with
Oh, because our directing is always perfect.
Ha 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 ha.
So, no, I'm just teasing.
No.
You know, you can always second guess stuff, but you have to just kind of do the best you can in the moment, and, you know, I mean, I'm sure we could all look at past work and say, God bless you. You can look at past work and say, God bless you.
Yes.
But, you know, I mean, you can always find things that, wow, I wish I had done that, or I could have done that, or, you know, but you just have to go in the moment and do the best you can and hope for the best, and, you know,
Learn
and
from
move on,
it.
yeah.
Just learn from it. I mean, it's Cowboy Bebop is the very first series I ever directed, and you can sort of see the evolution of me as a director from the first episode to the end. You know, I mean, it's I get more comfortable with myself, and more confident, and everything. And but yeah, I don't know. You learn from your mistakes. I think more than you do your victories or your successes. You know?
I think the best part of that is that because both of us are actors and directors, I think that being a director helps your acting, and I think being an actor helps your directing. And because, you know, I mean, when I direct, I try to be the kind of director that I, as an actor, would like to have in the booth. So, and I think that really helps, and we know how to talk to the actors because we know how to communicate what it is we want to bring out of them, whereas people that aren't necessarily actors that are directors don't have that skill set, I don't think, sometimes. So,
Yeah.
you know. Yes, you.
Can you do a Crispin Freeman impression? Because I watched Noeen, and I noticed that actually you two actually shared the same character in the Japanese version. He actually used the same voice actor, but they casted you to voice Noeen while he voiced future you. So I was wondering if you could, you know.
Well, you know why that happened?
Yeah.
That happened because we got. I mean, this is what happens sometimes. We didn't get the whole show.
Oh.
We didn't get the Bible. We didn't get anything. We got basically 5 episodes every so often. So I had no idea that it was actually his character that was the guy in the mask until the end. And then we kind of figured it out, so we kind of transitioned over to him.
Oh.
But the thing was, the voice was so futzed, I mean, it almost doesn't matter, I don't think. Because you just hear this really futzy voice, so I don't know that it matters who's doing it.
Do you think you can do it? You can.
Crispin Freeman?
Yeah.
Sasuke.
I just remember him doing an outtake
Oh, God.
from my outtake panel, and Crispin said something like, I'm going to do you and the girl, then I'm going to do the dog.
Oh.
It's the only thing I can remember from Crispin, sorry. Yeah, so.
All right.
I'm sorry you had to hear that.
Thanks so much, you guys. Have a great day. Yeah. And we'll be at
Any
one.
questions?
Yeah. Oh, I think so.
That's it, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much, and come to our signing.
The signing's
Yes,
at 1
it would.
o'clock, 1 to 3. We will be there.